Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today's lesson will be about the non-covalent interactions. Yeah, I know it's a long-awaited topic that I was planning to make, but time constraints couldn't allow me to do that. So finally we are here. Let's talk about non-covalent interactions. So what are the non-covalent interactions? They are, so I'll just briefly give you an overview of what are non-covalent interactions and why we study them, so that you have an idea of what we are doing, because these days many people, they do put non-covalent interactions in their papers, but you can't find an appropriate discussion on that, or there are things that are still unclear. So it is important to know what they are and why do we study them, and then we'll move on to study them actually. So basically, non-covalent interactions are the weak forces that hold molecules together without forming strong chemical bonds. For example, have a look at this image. So these atoms are not bonded by any covalent bond, but there are weak forces among them that are keeping them together in place. So these bonds do not involve any electron sharing like covalent bonds. So they basically arise from subtle interactions between molecules or parts of molecules. So these are among the parts of same molecule. They can be among different molecules as well. So the examples of non-covalent interactions, they include hydrogen bonding. For example, hydrogen bonding in water molecules, hydrogen bonding in DNA molecule, and then pi-pi stacking, that is also present in the DNA bases, and of course van der Waals forces, which are present in almost every organic molecule. So although these non-covalent interactions are weak interactions, but they are present everywhere in chemistry and biology, and together they give a proper shape and structure to chemical compounds. So they are very important, even though they are weak interactions, but they together, collectively, they give proper shapes to the molecules, which is necessary for this whole chemical and biological phenomena. So this was a very basic introduction about non-covalent interactions. We're not going to do too much theory, so let's just dive into non-covalent interactions. So I've found these two very interesting articles for you. I'll put these links in the description. So first one is this revealing non-covalent interactions. It's from 2010 and it's published in JACS, which is a really top-class journal. And it introduces you to different kinds of non-covalent interactions, and it gives you really good examples. You would have seen such kind of graphs in different papers, and then these kind of NCI plots as well. Basically, this paper takes you through a little bit of theory, and then how to identify which kind of non-covalent interactions are present, their types, etc. And if you are more interested about the other non-covalent interaction that is called pi-pi stacking, there is another paper, a cool paper about it. So it discusses pi-pi stacking in very much detail, and in different kinds of molecules, chemical systems, biological systems, and so on. So these two papers would be really good and interesting read for you if you're interested in non-covalent interactions. And then of course the original book by Richard F.W. Bader, Atoms and Molecules. That book is about the basics, and it's one of the pioneer books in this field. So yeah, we are going to use the quantum theory of atoms in molecules as well, which will also tell you about these non-covalent interactions. So yeah, the links of these three will be in the description of the video. Now let's move on to what kind of tools we need to do the non-covalent interaction. So the first video will try to make sure that we have the right tools for doing the non-covalent interactions on our system, and then in the next video we'll try to move on to the actual analysis. So first of all, you need a tool called Multiwfn. So if you go to Google and write Multiwfn, you reach to this Multiwfn software, and if we open it, yeah, that's a bit old site, so don't worry about that. So here you go, you click download, and then you'll have the download information. You can download the Windows 64-bit binary package, you can download the Linux binary package, or you can even download the Mac OS package. And then you need certain other software tools as well, like with Multiwfn we'll need the VMD software, VMD computational chemistry would be a good choice too. So that's visual molecular dynamics. So we need that as well. And then we need the software Gnuplot to plot these kind of 2D images as I showed you in this paper, like these ones. So you need Gnuplot as well. And then of course your own software like Gaussian, Gaussview, and ORCA, whatever you want. So I'll tell you about working with non-covalent interactions using Gaussian as well as ORCA. So these are two most important or widely used software in chemistry, and many people prefer one on the other. So it's your own choice and the availability of the software, but I'll tell you about both of them so you can use them equally and easily on your system. So now we got to the point: Gnuplot, VMD, Multiwfn, and then Gaussian or Gaussview and ORCA. So I've already told you about ORCA in ORCA video series. You can have a look how to install. I have installed ORCA in this WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux. So if I call ORCA here, it should give me the ORCA prompt. So it means ORCA is working. And then the other stuff, you have to install these things separately, and then there are quite a bit of steps for moving different scripts so that they can work together. So what I have done is I have made a really cool repository for you guys where I have put Multiwfn, VMD, Gnuplot, everything all together in one folder, ready to download. You just download it and it will be ready for you. So the link to this repository is here. I will add it to the description as well. And if you just go to code and you download the zip, and yeah, it will download here, and then you just need to unpack it, extract it, and the most important thing is where will you put it. So you just cut it and put it in your D drive. That is most important thing, because I have put it in my D drive. You can see that it's in D drive, this whole folder, and then all the scripts have a proper path for everything. For example, have a look at this one. So yeah, so you see that D, Multiwfn, VMD. So I have put all the paths in it. So if you just put it in your D drive, it will simply work as it should, and you don't have to change any path or anything. So just extract the folder, copy it into D drive, and you are ready to go. You can see that if you double click Multiwfn, it will start working for you. Similarly, if you go to VMD, vmd.exe, your VMD works, and your Gnuplot also works with them together. So let's download this package and when downloaded, you just open it and extract it. It's a zip file. Simply you can extract it using Windows, and then you move it to your D drive. So that is the first step you need to do. And then make sure you have access to Gaussian, you have access to ORCA. I mean, you need one of these, you don't need both of them, and they are working like this. And then we'll start from here. So because the video is going above 10 minutes, I don't like long videos, so I'm just going to stop it, and then in the next video I'm going to tell you how to use these software tools. So we'll start directly with moving on to using Multiwfn, ORCA, Gaussian, etc., and dive into the non-covalent interaction. So this video is important because you need to prepare your computer and have all the necessary tools to do the non-covalent interactions analysis. And I'll see you in the next video with the analysis tools and further procedures. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.